Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have another incredible live stream to announce some incredible features. My name is Angus. I'm live streaming here from the Stryd office in Boulder, Colorado here, and I'm so excited to talk about what we have new for you today. So we have a new update for Garmin watches, and this is a major upgrade to the Stryd ecosystem that makes it easier and more convenient than ever to train with power on your Garmin watch. And you can see here, it's all about workouts. It's all about upgrading that experience, giving you the most precise pacing information in any conditions. And what you can do now is import all of your workouts to your Garmin account, sync those workouts to your watch, and execute those workouts all natively using the Stryd Zones data field on your Garmin watch. And that's not all. This update actually comprehensively upgrades the entire Stryd experience, including run profile support for the next gen Stryd, extensive customizable data field options for full control of your display, environmental power so you can perfectly pace in any condition, and support for the new dual-sided metrics from the Stryd Duo here. And this is all enabled by two major feature upgrades. First, we've upgraded that Stryd Zones data field, a data field many of you are familiar with. That's just been a new update, so you can just go to the Connect IQ app on your phone and update that data field, and automatic workout syncing. So that connection that brings your completed workouts, completed activities in from your Garmin account to your Stryd account for analysis. If you disconnect that and reconnect that, you can now send your planned workouts over to the Garmin site, so those end up on your watch. So the combination of these two new feature updates create this incredible new experience on Garmin. So let's take a closer look here. So the first thing we can do is do that automatic workout syncing to your Garmin watch. So for any planned power-based structured workouts you have in your account, you can now bring those into your Garmin account, and those will automatically sync to your watch. So whether you're grabbing a workout from workout of the week, or you're getting a new training plan from 5K to marathon, those will all sync over to your watch once you disconnect and reconnect your Garmin account. So if you want to get started with this today, you can basically just open up the Garmin, open up the Stryd mobile app on your phone, or go to the Stryd Power Center and then disconnect and reconnect that Garmin sync connection. And once you do that, if you add a new workout to your calendar, that will sync over immediately. And if you add a new training plan, that'll sync in overnight. And then once that workout ends up on your watch, you can do precision guided workout execution in the new Stryd Zones data field here. So let me show some of the features here of the new Stryd Zones data field. And we've created this awesome workout gauge at the top of the screen that gives you your high and low power targets for the workout step you're in. It also gives you that visual power gauge display, so you know kind of if you're in the lower part of the target or in the higher part of the target, if you're on target or out of the zone. And then also the duration and distance remaining for that workout step, in addition to the other metrics you can also have on that screen. So we've created this really awesome workout experience, just makes it super simple to execute those workouts with precision. And we've also have tone and vibration alerts. So if you drift out of your target wattage, you also get kind of a tone alert or a vibration alert, and that's configurable in the settings. So if you want those, you can turn that on. If you don't really want those alerts, you can turn them off. So we've made it super convenient, so you always stay on the right power target and get the most out of every workout. And on top of that, if you input your Stryd username into the data field settings, it also pulls in all your power zones and critical power automatically. So if your critical power update, your power zones update, you're always going to be running at the right intensity because we pull those in automatically. Next is the run profile support. So this is a major feature we launched with the next gen Stryd last year, and now we're making it more accessible than ever in the data field. So, you can just launch one of the native workout modes on your Garmin watch, the run mode, the treadmill mode, trail mode, track profile, any of those native workout profiles on your Garmin watch. And the Stryd Zones data field is going to talk to your Stryd pod and create this perfect configuration so you have run profile support and you can tailor your pacing. So what does this mean in practice? So, just by default, you're getting really responsive and really stable power. And you can take that stability and responsiveness to the next level by placing the Stryd Zones data field in either that track, trail, or treadmill profile to increase the responsiveness or stability. So make sure you place the Stryd Zones data field in all those modes. Try those different modes out for really the best power target in any of those circumstances. And it's important to note that you should only use the track profile when you're on the track, or only use the trail profile when you're on the trail, because Stryd will be configured in a very specific way to give you those advantages in those conditions. So you wouldn't, for example, be able to use the treadmill profile outside. You wouldn't be able to benefit from responsiveness and stability. You would only be able to benefit from that on the treadmill. So if you use Stryd in that way, in any of those conditions, then you're going to really benefit from that improved power number. The next is highly customizable data fields and views with both simple and advanced options. So this is something people have really been wanting for a long time, to have, more fields available within the Stryd Zones data field. Now we're delivering that. So you can view your power zones, power averaging, workout fields like lap timer, lap distance, and even more settings, and configure these in either simpler 3-field view or a more advanced 5-field view. And all of this is available for customization on the device or on your phone. So if you want to customize these settings, you can open up the Connect IQ app on your phone and modify the settings of the Stryd Zones data field, or you can also just do that directly on the watch. So if you want to change something on the go, now that's super easy, just doing it directly on the watch. Next, this is another big one. It's environmental power. And it's not just environmental power, but it's also temperature and humidity recording in the Stryd Zones data field. So let's take a look at the features here. So you can see I've actually taken a screenshot of the Stryd Zones data field when it's in that environmentally adjusted mode there. So that power target, that power number up there, that 344, that's being adjusted based on temperature and humidity. And how we're doing this is we take your last 90 days of training conditions, and we pull in the real-time data from the Stryd pod, including temperature and humidity, and we can basically adjust your power based on the conditions you're running in. So if you're running in super hot and humid conditions, that power number is going to be adjusted upwards, because you basically be putting out more effort. Or if you're in more favorable conditions, that power number would be adjusted downwards, and you'd have to work a little harder, than you typically would in those more favorable conditions to kind of reach that power target that you typically would. So this creates just a really awesome, perfect pacing experience in any environment, any condition. And then also what we have is temperature and humidity recording and temperature and humidity display. So and this is available on the next gen Stryd, and also the Stryd Wind model, and the Stryd Duo, of course, where you can view the real-time temperature and humidity directly from the pod and record that to the activity file. And you'll be able to view that on Garmin Connect starting today, and that'll be available in the Stryd app starting next week. Next is the new Stryd Duo metrics. So the new updated Stryd Zones data field also supports Stryd Duo metrics, and that includes the 5 new metrics you see on the screen: the ground contact time balance, vertical ratio, vertical oscillation balance, leg spring stiffness balance, and impact loading rate balance. So if you're running with the Stryd Duo and you are using the new Stryd Zones data field, these metrics will be available on Garmin Connect and also sync automatically into your Stryd account. So in order to enable this, make sure you pair the Stryd Duo as a running dynamics pod, and make sure you have updated to the latest version of the Stryd Zones data field, and these metrics will be recorded. So this is really cool because we're offering these left-right metrics in Stryd Fidelity for the first time. And once that reaches your Stryd account, we're going to be building the features to help visualize those trends over time, to help inform those 5 categories we talked about on previous live streams with the Stryd Duo, including recovery from injury, fatigue, shoe choice, performance, and then drills. So these metrics will be really important for informing that. So compatibility, we have worked to make this update compatible with as many watches as we can, and this actually covers over 90% of Stryd users based on our internal statistics. So over 90% of Stryd users using Garmin are covered by these latest updates. Not all watches have the memory or capabilities to support some of these updates, so we weren't able to bring the update to those watches, and you'll still be able to continue to use the previous version of the Stryd Zones data field, which is still highly functional, or the Stryd workout app in order to execute your power-based workouts. So for the full compatibility list to check if your watch is compatible, head over to help.stryd.com, and we have an article available there talking about the watches this new update will be available on. And the great news is that workout syncing is available to everyone. So if you have a Garmin Connect account, if you just disconnect and reconnect that Garmin account, all of your power-based workouts will import into your Garmin account, regardless of what watch you have. So you can also make all those workouts available there, as well as your Stryd account. So really incredible updates that are going to benefit a lot of users. And as I said already, this is available today. You can get started today. We have a great in-depth getting started guide. Head over to help.stryd.com and click into that getting started guide for the Stryd Zones data field and workout sync. And we'll just take you step by step there and what you need to do to connect your accounts, sync your watch, customize your data field so you can get started with all these great updates today. And if you're using a previous generation version of Stryd and you want to upgrade to this next gen Stryd or the Stryd Duo, we have some great purchasing options. So if you head over to stryd.com/store, we have the Stryd Plus membership bundle if you want to upgrade to the next gen Stryd and benefit from some of these new features. And then if you also want to update to the Stryd Duo, so updating the Stryd Duo is also easy. And if you have a single next-gen Stryd pod, you would only need one more next-gen Stryd pod. Or if you're using a previous generation version of Stryd, then we also have Stryd Duo plus membership bundle to make a really accessible purchasing option to get the Stryd Duo and benefit from all these new features. And as I said, these are all available today. So if you have a training plan in your account, make sure you go disconnect and reconnect that Garmin account right now in the Stryd mobile app or on Power Center so that training plan can sync in overnight and you can just start training with these new features tomorrow. And update the new Stryd Zones data field inside the Connect IQ app on your phone as well. I want to give a big thank you, a big shout out to everyone who came by and visited us at the New York City Marathon. We were previewing these features, previewing the new Stryd Duo there, and it was great to see everyone racing with power, have their power targets in mind, and really accomplishing great things, accomplishing their own personal running goals with Stryd with the help of Running Power. So I want to give a big shout out to everyone. Thanks for visiting us. It really energizes us. Build new features for you, build new products for you, and get your feedback to help inform the future of Stryd development. So a lot of the features we are announcing as part of this major Garmin update were influenced by customers, their requests, their feedback, and that was super valuable to us. And we're so proud and happy to finally deliver to you, help you find your power, help you find your balance with Stryd, and achieve more of those goals and deepen your passion for running. So I know we already have some great questions in the chat. I'm ready to answer those here and provide some more key information. So keep those questions rolling, and I'm going to take a few here. So we have a question asking, I have the Stryd Wind model. What are the benefits of having the new Stryd Zones data field? So a lot of these new features will benefit you, including workout execution. So if you do have the Stryd Wind model, or even the first generation, the Stryd FootPod, you can benefit from the new Stryd Zones data field, including workout execution. So I definitely recommend to go through the Getting Started guide and go for it if you have a compatible watch. We have a question asking, the temperature and humidity data, is that coming from GPS or the Stryd pod? And the answer to that is that it is coming from the Stryd pod if you have either the Stryd Wind model, Next Gen Stryd, or Stryd Duo. So we're taking the temperature and humidity data directly from the pod, using that to make the real-time adjustments to environmental power and display that temperature and humidity on the screen and record that to the activity file. So you can see that data on Garmin Connect, and soon you also be able to view that on the Power Center and in the Stryd mobile apps. A question asking, I am running with the Stryd Duo and the Garmin HRM Pro Plus. How can I ensure my running dynamics data is coming from the Stryd and not the HRM Pro Plus? And this is a great question and one I actually tested out recently. And what you can do here is you want to pair that Stryd Duo as the RD pod service still. And you want to pair that Garmin HRM Pro Plus as a heart rate monitor over Bluetooth. When you pair it over Bluetooth, you still get the heart rate data from the HRM Pro Plus and the AMP Plus connection for the RD Pod service. That'll bring in those running dynamics data metrics from the Stryd Duo. So that should be the strategy there. Connect that HRM Pro Plus over the Bluetooth as a heart rate monitor. We have a question asking, when I go to the training section on Garmin Watch, is it supposed to appear that the Stryd training I have scheduled? So yes, so if you see that Stryd training, that upcoming, those structured workouts on your Garmin account, those should also be available in the training section on your Garmin Watch. And if you don't yet see those workouts on your Garmin account yet, then they probably need more time to sink in. But once they're available on your Garmin account, they'll also be available on your watch. We have a question asking, what about treadmill incline? Will that be integrated into a future update? So for the time being, for incline adjusted power while running on the treadmill, you want to continue to use the Stryd workout app, or you want to use the Stryd mobile app to record your data. And the reason for this is that we do not have any button control within the Stryd Zones data field to accept the incline input. We are looking for ways to support the treadmill incline via the Stryd Zones data field. And we don't have a clear path forward there yet, but we are looking at different ways. So for the time being, continue to use that Stryd workout app or the Stryd mobile app for the treadmill, for the incline adjusted power. We have a question asking, is there a plan to roll out the features for Apple Watch Ultra as well? And that's a great question. And a lot of these features are actually available on the Stryd app on Apple Watch Ultra right now. So including structured workout execution, including environmentally adjusted power. These are available right now in the highly customizable data fields. So you are benefiting from a lot of these features right now. Just make sure you get the latest version of the Stryd app for Apple Watch, and you will have access to a lot of this. A question asking, for the environmentally adjusted power, is that currently based on the last 90 days? Will that be based on conditions from runs in the power duration curve in the future? So the answer to this is that it always uses your last 90 days. So from, in a month from now, it's going to use my last 90 days. Another month from that, it's going to use my last 90 days. So it's continually updating. It's always based on the data in your power duration curve. That primarily informs the environmentally adjusted power. So if you always want to shorten that window, we actually have manual input available in this update as well. So if you visit the settings on your phone in the Connect IQ app on your phone, you can manually input the temperature and humidity conditions you've been training in. And you can also toggle that environmentally adjusted power on and off depending on what kind of run you're doing. We have a question asking, I only get one data field when I load Stryd Zones data field in. So there's two things you want to check there. Make sure you have a compatible watch. You can check that compatibility list at help.stryd.com. And the other thing is we recommend to place that Stryd Zones data field in a full screen configuration. So when it's in a full screen configuration, we can offer all of those metrics. If you place it as just a single data field as on part of a screen with other data fields, you're going to get less information. So in order to get that full-fledged experience I was showcasing in the presentation, make sure you place that on a data field of its own in a full screen configuration. We have two great questions here asking, can I use Training Peaks for planning power training? And when using plans and workouts from Final Surge, how do I connect the accounts? So yeah, this is a great question. And what you can do here is since Training Peaks and Final Surge already have workout sync available, you can just connect those accounts directly to Garmin Connect, and your workouts, your power-based workouts, will sync there automatically. So it is still good to connect those accounts to Stryd, so you get those planned trainings on your Stryd account, and you can pair those up in the future. But in order to get those directly to your Garmin watch and Garmin account, you can just make that direct connection between Final Surge and Garmin, or Training Peaks and Garmin, or another third-party service that supports power-based workouts in Garmin. And you'll be able to launch those workouts on the watch and use the Stryd Zones data field to execute them. So the system's really flexible in that way. It's really convenient. Wherever you want to build your power-based training, you can do that, and you can execute that in the Stryd Zones data field. So that's all the questions I have for now. Definitely make sure you subscribe to the Stryd YouTube channel. We have a lot of great videos coming up, a lot of great live streams to help you get the most out of the new Stryd Zones data field, the workout sync, the new Stryd Duo. A lot of great educational material coming that's going to really enhance your Stryd experience, make it easier to achieve those goals, deepen your passion for running. We just have so many incredible updates coming. So make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for future live streams. I want to thank everyone for joining me today, and go out there, run, enjoy. Let us know your